Hey, and here we are on another Monday night, and I got to tell you, they call this thing the Smokin Lamp, but I can tell you tonight that I'm the smoking person. I
Oh,
tell
here
you,
we
I
go.
am really hot. Lonestar, I saw on the television today someone opening their big mouth
Yeah.
that I consider a traitor, and a lot of other Vietnam veterans do.
Uh-huh.
Not only a traitor, but she should be shot herself. And she's standing up there, sitting up there at a table saying on TV that all pro-lifers should be murdered.
What?
That came out of her mouth.
Who? What?
Jane
Who?
Fonda. Who else?
Oh well, I
Jane
mean,
Fonda's
if
mom.
it's Jane Fonda, I mean it's annoyed Jane. I mean,
No, it's more than
Or-
that for a lot of us.
I honestly thought Jane.
You-
Like I only knew that Jane Fonda was still alive for like the past 3 years, but before that, I thought she had died years ago.
Well, I
Right.
think
I didn't
a
realize
lot,
she was still
a lot of
around.
people had hoped she had.
Like
You
I
got to
honestly,
send her back to Vietnam, North Vietnam, where she liked it so well.
she's
Uh,
kind of like Madonna at this
No,
point. I
no.
just think
You
that
remember
she
the,
dies, and every once in a
uh,
while I see her
you
picture.
you heard
again.
about the gal on the Japanese gal that used to go on the radio waves and all that and tease the armed forces, all of our armed forces, about telling them about their family and how their family needs them and they need to go back home and
right?
all that kind of crap.
Yeah.
Well, she did the same thing for North Vietnam. When we were in Vietnam
Right.
fighting the war, our war, and
Yeah.
that is true. She is. And I'm sorry, but I shouldn't degrade somebody like, but she is.
I'm
Like
starting
I
to
said,
rub
I'm
off on him.
smoking
It's
about
great.
I get at a loss for words when I even think about it because I get so angry.
Would you admit that she is a stupid person and not an ignorant one?
Allegedly.
You know,
Nope. Nope. I'm sticking to my guns on this one.
He's taking it all the
no,
way to
she
the
is
bank.
definitely not ignorant.
Okay, then.
Right.
She'd be stupid then.
Right.
Which, by the way, quick programming note before we get farther into things.
Yeah.
So we're trying something new tonight here on the production side of the house. So we are simultaneously streaming, not just here on Spreaker, which, by the way, yeah, we have volume again. There's my one for the show. So those that were listening to Spreaker, well, guess what? You missed out. But everyone that's watching us on our Facebook and YouTube channel,
Hi,
which, by
everybody.
the way,
Hey,
we got a little camera going up there. So yeah, we got a little feed going up on our live streams once again. Figured
well, that's
why not?
cool.
Figured
Why not?
try something a little bit different.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different from the productions of the past where we had all the green screens and everything else. It's like,
Right.
no, we're not doing that. It's just throw a camera up there
Yeah,
for
yeah,
this
yeah.
show.
That
you,
works.
you just need a camera.
That works.
That way we
And-
can say hi and shit. And
But it's
So-
just that's great. I'm glad that people can see us a little bit. And like I said, if I get a little irate tonight, I mean, that's just some of the things I saw today that just frustrated me.
Yeah. The only downside to it is that people that are watching on Facebook and YouTube,
yeah.
they can't hear, any of the sound effects or anything else that we
Oh, that
use,
sucks
which
for
is really
them.
sad.
That sucks for them.
It's really sad. I mean, there potentially could be a way for me to be able to make that happen.
Well,
I don't know.
well,
Yeah,
well,
no, it's
we
not
will
working.
work on
Oh well.
that, okay?
Anyhow, continue on,
yeah,
gentlemen.
we'll work on that. But anyhow,
Well-
that's what got me started today, I guess.
We're back
And
to Pops wanting Jane Fonda dead.
Yes.
then- yeah,
Okay.
no, and then I'm not by myself in this, okay?
I honestly don't blame you. Like
Uh,
it's to the point
but-
personally where I'm on that burn everything down. I don't give a shit.
Well-
It's like Americans fight for America.
It's,
Like,
but
but I'm
and
like
then
straight
she
up,
has
I
the
don't.
audacity to go on and
Nope.
say that everybody that is pro-life or wants to have their baby and keep it and all that they should be killed or murdered.
Yeah, it's
Because
like that.
that's-
That's like,
that's
oh
wrong.
yeah, you value life. Absolutely, you do.
Yeah,
Everyone who's
she don't
everyone who
value
says
anything except
pro-life
herself.
yeah, any liberal well, correction. There are no liberals anymore. Actually, you're either right wing or you're nuts. And then
They've gone past.
You're not too far off on that one.
They've just gotten.
If you're
past
right of Stalin, congratulations. You're a conservative to these people.
Right.
Like Bernie Sanders makes sense. That's how these people are. That's how far gone these people are.
Well, then, that was just one of the things I saw. I also saw this today. They're talking, of course, that SLV banks went broke and all that. or
Oh yeah,
whatever.
all the banks are going
They
out. Here we
crashed,
go.
Yep.
And I guess there was 2 of those, and now they're talking about some
Yeah, there's a couple
Wells
more that are
Fargo's
on the
or a
way
few of
out.
those that are on their way out or something.
Yeah.
But
Stocks are
you know,
tanking.
I said a while back here when
We're not in a recession.
when when they came out with this law, or not this law, but a rule that they gave the loaning facilities, banks, whatever.
bank mortgage companies.
Yeah. So far, we've had Silvergate Bank, Silicon Valley Bank, and Signature Bank.
Yep.
Yeah.
So far that have
That-
gone.
that have gone the way of the dodo.
Well,
Yeah.
I said when they made this thing that where they were, if you're a white person, a white male, and making a decent living, but you're not in the upper 700s to 800 credit score, they're not going to give you a loan. But the guy if you're a minority,
Oh yeah.
if you're a minority, and they were told that no matter what, they have to give you a loan. If they don't give you a loan to make a mortgage or whatever, even though you can't afford it,
Yep.
then you're racist if you don't do it.
Yep.
Well, this racism shit is getting old.
Oh, this racist shit was old long time ago.
Yeah.
This is well before the new
It's-
millennium.
Well, it's
This is being kept
I said
alive
before
by
that
the
that was-
liberal
said
people.
before that was going to put our banks and mortgage companies and all that in our whole country into a real problem, and it has. Here it is, perfect example.
Yep.
You can't loan money to people that can't afford to pay it back, and they can't afford to pay it back. They're going to go broke.
You they're not going to be able to make payments on it.
They're
You've
gonna-
seen their credit history.
Yeah.
You know what they do.
Well-
And then, like if your credit history sucks,
Well, even if they've got good credit, but they don't have the income
yeah,
to pay the bills back.
If your income is fucking shite, you can't pay the bills.
No,
Why
you
gonna
can
give
only
them a
pay so
loan?
much.
Like there's good business and bad business.
No,
Diversity, equity, and inclusion is bad business.
the way it is.
Like it needs to be on the merits.
Well,
If you have a business, you need to hire people that can do the job.
well,
you need to do the job so that you can make money.
Well,
That's how your business survives. You
just-
have to be
right.
able to make
they've tried to do
money.
away with anything that has to do with merit.
Yeah.
Even in our schools now, they don't want.
Like merit is
They don't
left the
care if you're-
building.
If you don't do any homework or any schoolwork at all,
Oh, you still
you're
pass.
still going to pass.
Yeah.
So, what good does that diploma or whatever you get? What
It
good is
doesn't-
it to you? Because it
doesn't
don't mean a
shit.
damn thing.
It doesn't
anymore.
mean shit anymore.
Not a thing.
You're like for your generation, for my parents' generation, if you got a college diploma, that was a big deal.
Well-
You got schooling, you got educated. That was a big deal.
Yeah.
And nowadays, nope. You get a college degree these days. Yay, you
Right.
wasted 4+
What-
years
what-
of your life. And then-
What- By the way,
What?
sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna
What
say.
did they learn? What did they get for an education in that 4 years of college?
Right. Which, by the way, EO complains checking in and says, "What you mean merit goes a long way?" And then Richie, Redneck Pimp, checking in over on the YouTube feed, says, "Yeah, they don't care.
no, they don't. They don't.
When you pass more, checking in, good seeing you over on the
Yeah,
Facebook
no.
side. This country is going to hell in a handbasket. You ain't wrong."
It
Well-
straight up is like there's no getting around it.
It's
Like-
got to get to the point. Well, there's a lot of people that I've talked to over the recently here and stuff out on different stores and stuff when I go to town
Oh,
or
yeah.
whatever.
Mhm.
I'm talking to them. They'll come up because I wear my Marine Corps hat and all
Yeah.
that, and they come up and talk to me. And there's a lot of people waking up to
Well,
what's going on,
There's a lot of people waking up,
and
but
they're going to.
the issue is not the people that are waking up. The issue is the people that are waking up still not doing a damn
Well,
thing.
Are they or
And
are they not? Look at Chicago. There's a perfect example of what's going to happen. What's happening?
nothing's happened so far?
Well, yes, it has. The mayor got kicked out.
Well, the mayor got kicked out, but
Did
all-
she
all
get
of her-
kicked out or
all-
did she get flushed out?
she
She got
basically
flushed
got
I mean,
flushed
have
out.
you seen the
But-
eyes of that woman? I mean,
But
I don't know
all
if it's a
of the-
goldfish or
Hey.
what.
She is Beetlejuice. I thought we established this.
Oh, that's right. We established that last week. My bad.
Yeah, she is
My bad.
Beetlejuice.
80% of the people voted her out.
Yeah,
100%. There was
But if
20,
you
she
if you
got,
look
what,
at
less than 20% she got.
if
in
you
the
look
vote.
at the regions for it though of how people voted, like where they fit in Chicago, every single version of it was solely on the basis of race. None of
No.
it was on policies.
No, a lot
It
of
was all the white areas voted for the
All- it
white
was on
guy, the
crime.
Mexican areas
No.
voted for the Mexican guy, the
Uh,
black area voted
no,
for the black guy.
This time it was
That's
all,
when
with her. It was all
well,
about
well,
crime.
she didn't run on shit. Like she literally
she
ran
said-
on. I did a great job,
Yes, she's
and
talking
everybody
about how
else
she
went,
okay.
no, you didn't.
saved criminals and all that.
And that's what everybody else ran on too.
Yeah.
And so everybody voted for their candidate, but not her because
Yeah.
they all agreed that she's shit.
Yeah,
That's-
Lori Lightfoot only she finished out on the exit polls. She only finished out with 16.8% of the vote.
Yeah.
Paul Valles,
And the rest of it is spread
yeah, you have
widely.
Paul Valles, who won at 30 or who won the runoff at for the first round, the 32.9%, followed by Brandon Johnson at 21.6%, and then a whopping 28.7% were write-ins.
Yeah.
So it was pretty much anybody but Lori Lightfoot,
Yeah,
pretty
like,
much.
look,
according to the
and-
yeah.
people of
And
Chicago.
that's not waking up though. That's just seeing that's a shitty person, and we're just
Well,
gonna vote for anybody else imaginable. And they all did. They voted for everybody else but
Yeah.
her. Now imagine what's
Uh-oh.
gonna happen. When,
uh-oh.
We have a call-in.
Oh goodness sakes!
And we all know the rules.
Yep.
If
turn
you
it
call
on.
a phone,
Turn it on. You're on the air.
Oh shit!
You're on
well,
the
hello,
air.
Miss Redneck Woman. You're on the air.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Did you see my pictures?
No, I did not. We're actually doing a show right now.
Ha, do tell.
Oh.
Welcome to the Smokin Lamp.
Quarter mile down from my house, I have a huge herd of elk. I took some pictures, so just let you know.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll definitely check that out here in a little bit.
Yeah.
Thank
yeah,
you for sharing.
lots of spikes and bulls. So
That
Healthy
sounds like
herd.
a good idea.
Well, we'll
That sounds
keep
like a
that.
great idea.
Yeah, we'll keep that intel, low key.
Yeah.
Don't want
yes,
to.
Yeah.
I'm only
Lo-
telling you, and I'm not telling anybody else.
Low
We're-
key
You
on
just
the
told
air.
world.
Yeah, you just told YouTube. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot for
And
that.
Facebook.
Well, I didn't say what area.
That's fair.
So
That is
That's
fair. So, all right,
All
dear.
Yeah.
Well, we'll talk to you more here in a little while. Bye.
Well, that was a good break.
Yeah.
Right?
Phones off.
Yeah.
Airtime.
No. See, here's the thing. I tell all my friends and loved ones should know by now well enough. We've been doing these shows long enough.
Yeah.
If you call me during the show, I'm going to put you on air.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it.
Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody calls me anymore on the air because they know they're going to get put on it.
Oh.
Nobody calls me, period, anymore. So I don't even know why I
Well,
have this stupid thing.
You need it for your your
I know. I'm about ready just to go to a giant iPad and
Yeah,
just
there
say,
you
fuck
go.
it.
There you go.
Yeah, put a radio in there. That way, when you guys want to talk to me,
Yeah.
you just drive by and
Right.
call me over to radio.
But anyhow, so
where were we again?
Okay.
we
Well,
just
were
got
talking-
done talking about what we talked about Jane Fonda. We talked about
the banks.
Yeah,
the stuff with the
banks.
banks. We talked about the mayoral election out of Chicago and
Yeah.
reasonings why
Oh yeah,
you know,
the
Beetlejuice is
the
out.
everybody's waking up argument.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
like no, I don't think
I
everybody.
don't think
is.
everybody is. When you tell me about these people that want to bring back the mammoth and all this,
God, that still just makes me giggle. Yeah, bringing back the woolly mammoth. Who here thinks that's a great idea out there?
That's
in
a
the ether?
beautiful idea.
Let's put a giant hairy elephant
Yeah,
in North America and Eurasia. Let's see what the fuck happens. We
Well-
have a problem with deer.
with the mammoth and then the polar grizzly.
Oh, the Pizzly bear?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
the
Pizzly
Pizzly bear. The angrier grizzly bear.
Yeah, they're working at getting all these animals brought back and everything, but in the same voice, at the same time, they're saying we got to get rid of the cows and the horses and
Yeah.
all this because they produce too much gas.
I wonder
Allegedly.
I wonder what a woolly mammoth fart is going to smell like.
Oh, I tell you what. Here's a funny thing. You bring that up. Which, by the way,
And
you know,
along with a great big pile of shit.
yeah, in the words of Dr. Malcolm. Yeah,
Yeah.
for those of you that are listening on
Do you
Spreaker,
imagine seeing that on the side of I-5, driving down and you see a herd of woolly mammoths, and then you see the ass end of them, but you look where they were, and you just see mountains of
Well-
mammoth shit.
Here, let me help you out there. We'll put that on in the background there
Well,
for
it just
And then-
for our Spreaker listeners to hear while we're talking about
and then
this.
slowly but surely, with the mammoth population moving in, now you got the grizzly bear and the polar bear freaking breeding for the past 2 decades.
Oh
in,
my
in the
God.
wild. So they just keep moving farther south. Pretty soon you're gonna have brown bears that just kill you because they have the polar bear instinct to do so.
I mean,
Like,
unfortunately, human beings are on
like
on the menu for
like,
polar
what
bear.
the fuck?
We are natural prey for polar bear.
yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna like
But it-
fuck. I'm never giving up my guns ever.
It just
Never going to happen.
well, yeah, that's the other thing too. They're gonna breed all these dangerous animals and everything and get rid of the domestic ones.
yeah.
Then they're gonna take all your guns and everything, weapons away from you, so you can't protect yourself from any.
Nope.
So, oh,
I'm never giving up my
guess what?
guns
They-
ever.
Wendy
that means
Passport.
they're even going to get rid of themselves because there'll be meat for all this other animals and everything else, just like the rest of us.
Right.
Do you imagine getting a hunting tag for a fucking mammoth though? You're like, okay, we got
Yeah.
meat for the next decade.
Right.
So
So no,
You'd
it's
have to
funny. You
have an
talk
awful
about
big freezer for it.
you talk about AOC losing her mind over cow farts with the whole
Oh,
green deal.
yeah.
Imagine what she do with a friggin'
With-
pachyderm, a massive pachyderm like a mammoth. And Wendy Passmore, this so far the comment of the night, she says, "Shit on the highways, forget snow slick roads." That's
If you
slipping
could
and
drive
sliding
over
for
them.
whole other reasons,
If you could get over the top of them.
right? That's why I said,
yeah,
yes, that is
uh-huh.
one
That
big
is
pile
one
of
great
shit.
big pile of shit.
It just
Thank you,
just
Dr.
goes to-
Malcolm.
Yes.
it just goes to show you how moronic these people have gotten.
Yep, stupid people.
They're more than
Stupid people.
They're morons.
Yep.
They think about one thing, and they can't think about the whole picture.
No.
It's just
I'm pretty sure like Marines get made fun of a lot these days as being crayon eaters. But I've got a feeling a lot of these people are looking at the big picture going, I got crayons. And,
yeah.
and not one of them is a Marine, which is kind of insulting to me, actually.
Right. I was gonna say, that's
just
just-
like that.
Either that or insulting to the
Like-
crayons. We're still trying to figure that out, but
They just must be the wrong flavor, I guess. You know, like
they like the brown ones.
yeah, they like the brown
They like
ones.
brown, real brown,
Yeah,
yeah,
dark
right.
brown,
Allegedly,
allegedly.
mammoth shit brown.
yes.
But dear God.
Well, you're gonna have a time with all that hair getting in the way, though.
Right.
I don't know. It's just
Yeah, but they're supposed to bring back the woolly mammoth by 2027.
Really.
Yeah, says Colossal right here.
what are they gonna do with
They-
it?
I have no idea, but this is a biotech company that's saying it.
Oh God.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Oh my God.
The Dallas-based firm scored an additional $60 million in funding to continue
Oh
the
my God.
Holy crap.
All right. So for our Spreaker listeners, once again, I cue the. I'm playing the Jurassic Park theme song here. Herds. They gather in herds.
This is getting ridiculous.
60 million
And
fucking dollars.
That's ridiculous, dude.
yet we got our banks going broke.
Yeah.
No wonder.
Yeah. Well, when you're funding projects like this, we have real world
when we could put
John Hammonds
like,
freaking putting together, trying to bring mammoths back.
If
into
you
the
wanted to bring
ecosystem.
back an Ice Age animal, we could put $60 million into funding the the repopulation of the American bison. That's an Ice Age animal.
It is,
and its numbers were supposedly like massive. There were like these herds were in the millions upon millions way back when.
Yeah.
And now we've only got, I don't even know how many we have in the wild right now. Not that many.
Not near that.
But
actually, you'll find we've got quite a few if you go through Custer State Park.
Richie, who the fuck is their banker?
Right?
They just give money to anybody and everybody for any
Yeah,
while.
I
You
guess.
have to have a totally stupid and completely moronic idea.
I'm wondering if their diversity and equity program is good enough for it, though.
That is a fair question.
Because they're just bringing back the woolly mammoth. What about the other elephants from the Ice Age? That's not very diverse. They're only focusing on the North American one and the Eurasian one.
Well, what about that saber-toothed tiger?
Yeah.
No.
What about that?
No, stop it.
What about the North American lion?
Would you assholes quit throwing the good idea fairy out there? I'm telling
I
you.
want a cave lion. For fuck's sake. I want a lion that makes the African lion look like a house cat.
Right? Wedding passport. I want the saber tooth back.
Do you imagine if we got the saber tooth back, but then we still managed to work its DNA so we made it the size of a house cat? And then you got a little tiny fucking saber tooth cat.
That would be my squirrel hunting cat. Take that cat and a 22. Forget all the squirrels.
All
Done.
the squirrels.
Done.
Go get them.
Richie. Well, hell, bring back Sabretooth. Yeah. Here you go, Pops.
Yeah.
Like he says, let them all loose in DC.
That's a good idea. Best idea I've heard in a long time.
Yeah. Just let the woolly mammoth have fun in DC. Like, this all used to be yours anyway. Just go ahead.
Right?
Smash it to bits.
Enjoy. Well, I mean, you gotta think though. They help keep the frozen tundra frozen.
God, I heard that argument and just fucking lost it.
So go and tell the fine folks that one right quick.
I don't even think I could do this argument justice hearing. Like, I heard it and just made my brain hurt. But it was that they want to bring back the woolly mammoth because of global warming. I'm going to say that again for all of you that might not have heard me. To bring back the woolly mammoth because of global warming. Then the argument is that the woolly mammoth and its great large herds that were out there would stomp on like the frost and the permafrost and actually make ice sheets that would reflect the sunlight back up, so it wouldn't actually warm up the ground. It would just be reflecting ice, and they would maintain the ice sheets and therefore negate global warming.
I got nothing, bro.
And I was like, there's no way that's a valid argument. You just said shit. Like, like there's no.
I got nothing, bro. I got nothing.
Why would they bring back an animal like that, the woolly mammoth? So because just think, all that long hair and everything is going to die from heat exhaustion.
I mean, he does have a point.
Well, when they come back, they're going to be on the grasslands, and they're just going to crush all the grass up in the far north. And it's going to create more permafrost and more ice. Yeah. And it's going to be okay.
Yeah, sure. Poor things.
Sorry, that's the best argument I got.
They
people.
just bring
I got.
I want to bring them back to make them suffer. That's what it is.
If anyone finds that argument, for the love of God, let me know and like put it in the chat.
Right,
because I heard this argument and I can't fucking find it anymore.
So Wendy's jumping in again. We're back to farts causing climate change.
Yeah,
unfortunately. Yeah. Now Richie brings up a good one. He brings up a good one. He says
it's back to farts, and it's trying to bring back the cold ice age part of it too. It's
not. I guess if we're bringing critters back, he says, "How about the megalodon?
Oh,
the biggest shark ever known.
Yeah, the shark.
Yeah, the shark. So
let's not.
Yeah, just stop.
Let's really not. Like
Yeah,
we have enough problems with sharks as it is. Like the bull shark, that shark can swim in salt and fresh water and can swim up rivers. They've
they
been
do.
sighted up the Mississippi.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
Oh yeah, they've
Like,
been
yeah.
caught as far north as up as St. Louis.
Yeah,
and
they
maybe
like
even
bull
farther.
sharks have been in St. Louis, people. So let's just not fuck around with sharks. Let's just let sharks be sharks.
It's
Okay?
enough FAFO going around with Mother Nature. I'm not really one for trying to find
Like-
out. Which, by the way, I finally found those pictures that Miss Kaylin was talking
Oh
about.
yeah, were they nice pictures?
They are nice pictures. All I'll say is that they look a little cold. They need to be brought in to help keep warm.
Yeah, you think?
Just because my plate is involved doesn't mean anything with this, okay?
There's a plate. There's a smoker. You know.
I'm just saying, just throwing it out there. So exactly, like it says, they're all gone for a reason. Oh Jesus, EO, really? How about the Stegosaurus? Oh my God. Cue the freaking Jurassic Park theme once again.
Okay. Listen,
Here we go for EO complaint. Go.
stop. For the love of God, stop trying to resurrect animals. We have all seen every movie that has ever been. It never ends well.
We already know how this plays out.
One of these eco-terrorist people will always try to free the freak of nature that shouldn't exist anymore and cause everyone fucking problems. It's
Yeah.
never going to end well. Just
No.
knock it the fuck off.
You don't want a worldwide Jurassic Park, I take it.
No, I don't.
You don't.
No, they all died for a reason so we could live.
I want the Raptors.
You can't have the raptor.
Only if it's blue. Only if it's blue.
I don't even trust Blue.
That's fair.
Blue will eat me.
Only if you take her baby. Have you not seen the most recent one?
I haven't seen the most recent one.
You need to see the most
and
recent one.
even then, if Blue's baby was hungry, you think she'd give a fuck about her friend? Nope, you're dead. Sorry.
Chris Pratt's gonna wind up like old boy in the first one.
Yeah,
Clever girl.
yeah. Like there's you fuck with a rap. You're dumb.
Right?
Like
Right.
that's like bringing back the Sabretooth that we all had fun with a second ago. Like let's not and say we never will.
Right? Not wrong on that one. So anyhow, speaking of scenes from Jurassic Park, was one thing that guy had with him that didn't do him a lick of good. That big old freaking shotgun that he was trying to.
Oh, the lever action?
No,
No.
it was a pump.
And
Oh,
The
that-
dude that the safari
Oh,
guy had in
oh,
the raptor pen.
oh, in the first one.
Yeah.
Yes. in
Oh
the
yeah,
first one.
that was that old piece of shit, freaking late '80s folding stock. Fucking
Well, I mean, it was the late 80s,
shotgun.
early 90s. What that was what 92 when Jurassic
92,
Park
I
came
think
out?
92, 93 when Jurassic Park came out, the first one.
Yeah, so that was like
But-
hot shit back then.
Oh well, it was hot looking shit. It
Yeah.
wasn't shit.
But anyhow, speaking of things that go pew, I don't know about pew or pew, but I like my pew pews.
I like my pew pews.
And with the pew pews comes what? Second Amendment, right?
Yeah.
And if you like your 2A stuff, I know you do,
Yeah.
and I know you do, and I do. Hopefully, you folks do too. They're listening. And
If you don't,
watching.
you are on the wrong podcast.
Yeah, you're on the wrong show.
Yeah, you should probably.
We need you to head over and check out our friends over at American Suede Company. But
Yeah.
to get there, go to our website of backwoodsvets.com, which, hey, you can see right there in the background. And if you scroll on down, go right here to our friends over at American Suede Company. Click on the link that you see here, and voila, takes you to their page. And you see, first off, some of our cool swag that we got there. If it'll actually, no, it's not showing the right page. Anyhow, I was
Yeah,
looking at the wrong screen.
Get out
Anyhow,
there and see them and talk to them and get what you want.
yep. So head on over if you like.
You like hoodies, you like jewelry,
Hoodies,
you like
t-shirts.
patches, t-shirts.
Polo caps,
Right.
whatever. American Suede Company. Whether
Didn't I
you're,
see thermoses on there too at one point?
they do have
those?
hydro flasks
There
on
you
there.
go,
They're
some
engraved
hydro
and stuff.
flasks.
So they got some pretty cool
Go
shit.
pick
over-
up some 2A shit.
Yep. If you like to show your support of your Second Amendment, whether you're Oregonian or Washington, Alaskan,
Or if you just like to show off new shit that you bought, you know.
Kentucky is another good one. Lone Star.
Lone Star's one.
So, and a whole lot more. Or their flagship of Amerigun, they got it over there. So head over, pick up some cool swag, whether it's a t-shirt, hoodie, ball cap, one of our
Well-
morale patches that they got for sale over there. Again, that's going to our link at backwoodsvets.com. Click on the Amerigun Swag Company page and go buy you some cool stuff. And the other cool thing about it is that when you buy something from them through our website, a little bit of that comes back here to the station to help keep the lights on and everything else. So
Just wearing the stuff shows you support our patriotic ways.
absolutely it does. So anyhow, again, that's American Swag Company via backwoodsvets.com. Head on over, go get you some. So matter of fact, I just bought another one of their hoodies here this last weekend.
Yeah.
While I was hanging out with them at the Central Oregon Sportsman Show
Right.
over there at Redmond this last weekend. So a bunch of us from the crew wound up going over. Myself,
How'd that end up going?
for the most part, went pretty well.
Good.
Had a chance to go see the Dapper Sapper and hang out with him and his soon-to-be the Mrs. Dapper Sapper. Again, High Tech was over there as well, and his other half. And yeah, it was a good time. Got a chance to hang out with Carl and Galen, and
And
everybody
tried to get stuck in the snowdrift and all that good stuff while they were there.
yeah. We decided to go playing in the snow a little bit in the evening times on the drive over the hill. That was fun.
A little bit of slippy, a little bit of slidey.
Actually, you know what? We kept all four wheels moving in a straight line. They didn't go one way or the other until Friday night.
Impressive, sir.
Yes, it was. It was very good. So anyhow, yeah, Carl's checking it. He's like, "Oh, snap, lifey, love it." So anyhow, High Tech has a boyfriend. You have to talk to him about that one. Anyhow, moving right along, as a man once said. But yeah, people stop trying.
Yeah, stop trying to resurrect fucking dead things.
Resurrect. It doesn't work out that well.
Like,
It never
all
does.
dead things just stop. If it's
There's a
dead,
whole-
it's dead.
A whole lot of things you can do out there to improve life for everybody if you just do it instead of trying to be a bunch of morons and bring.
Well, Mother Nature canceled that. Mother Nature did cancel culture for a reason. Okay. On certain
Mother Nature
species.
did it. Humans did it too on a lot of these things. But you know what? They're dead. They're gone. Game over. You're done.
Right.
Like,
My God,
like,
necromancy
they are
is a
away.
thing.
Yeah, they are away. They are gone. Stop doing it.
Just stop it. Just stop it right now.
You know, I got news for some of these people.
Uh-oh.
They think that they're so great that they're the only people on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the Germans thought that for a long time too, until they found out it different. Back in
Yes.
World War II. So keep in mind that they can't just destroy people's lives and keep on doing it and keep on doing it and think that people aren't going to come back on top of them and they're going to end up with nothing.
Oh, quite eventually, and quickly, and in the near future, as far as I can see, like if they thought January 6th was like the most horrible thing to ever happen.
Oh my God.
Then, oh my God.
Well-
I'm trying to imagine what 100 people with actual semi-automatic rifles saying fuck off is going to do.
Dude, when they that whole thing with January 6th, that's a whole other shit show right there. I'm sorry, but that Mr. Buffalo Shaman getting escorted around by the Capitol Police, man, that was the most violent.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, horrible. It was worse than
Oh,
Pearl
it was-
Harbor.
Yeah.
It was worse than Pearl
It was
Harbor.
terrible.
I have never seen our
It was the worst attack since
nation's
9/11.
capital.
It was worse attack since 9/11.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Well,
It's pretty ridiculous.
the ones that did the harm were the ones that were supported by your government.
There's a reason why I say I don't trust the government and why I hate the government. There's a reason why I am the way that I am there, Pops. I didn't just appear like this one day. This was a buildup.
Well,
you can look back at my childhood notes. I was a little liberal fucking kid in the middle of an I wanted to take away everybody's guns when I was in the 3rd grade there, Don. I got older and went, wow, was I stupid? And then the government kept being in the 3rd grade.
Right.
Like, when's the government going to grow up, Dad?
when are they going to fix themselves, old man? Come on, help us out.
To. Sooner or later, they've got to. They're not going
Right.
to fix themselves. They are not going to fix themselves. I'll tell you that right now.
No, they're
It
not.
has to be done by the people. And people have to realize that it's time that they take back control of our country.
Well, the majority of people that are in government, I mean, over the past 10 years, we've gotten more and more new people in, but the majority of it is still this old guard. Everyone's been in there for 20, 30 years. And like,
Right.
this is still the old school guard that's there. That's always
Well,
been.
Right.
And it's like, it needs, like, the fact that some
Right.
of these people are 80, almost 90 years
Well,
old.
You have to stop.
It's
and think. Talk about, right? You talk about the young ones. Okay. We're going to go with that. Yes, we do need a younger generation in there. Our problem is finding a younger generation that has got the smarts for it. With the schooling they've had and the schools the way they are, all they can think about is just woke bullshit and all that kind of stuff.
You're fine.
What was that?
Yep.
What was that? Brondo.
It's got what plants crave.
It's got what
Yeah.
plants crave.
But
Like,
it just,
It's the only thing I can think of.
who the
Yeah.
fuck would have thought that movie was a prophecy?
hey,
You're right. A prophecy and a
you
documentary.
talk about younger, okay? You got a young vice president. What do you think of her?
She's young, but she's not. She has, in more than one way, been around the block of politics.
I mean,
And
I wasn't
she-
gonna say
she
it.
didn't
but-
even. She didn't even get elected because of her politics. She got elected because she was a woman and b black.
The younger people.
That's it.
You got what they call a squad if they're in politics now.
Yeah, and the majority of
And-
them were elected by a bunch of stupid people too. And
Well, we do have some younger people that I think are want to do better in our country.
if
But
there's anyone in politics, I'm a firm believer that you must earn with every signature, with every
well,
bill passed. You must earn the support of your constituents. You
absolutely.
cannot just have it. You cannot just
Well-
and then stay there. Like no. If you're not doing your job, you need to get the fuck out. And then
Well, here we go
Right.
again. That's another thing you're talking about merit.
like if you're not
Yeah.
doing your job, if you are in office and you're not doing your job, you're not doing what you said you were
Yeah.
going to do. I think your
Well-
constituents should
well-
have the right to go up in there, get the old freaking
Yeah, but-
shepherd's crook, and pull you off like freaking Looney Tunes. Like, nope,
Well,
game over.
You know,
Try again.
right?
the sad part is you can't do that in politics, and now you can't even do that when you have a company and you got somebody, a deadhead in your company that you can't get rid of because they won't let you fire them.
No.
Because if you do, you're going to be considered a racist and they're going to take everything away from you.
That word, I swear to God, just means nothing anymore.
You keep using that word.
Yeah.
I don't think it means what you think
Well,
it means.
It's
That is
Every
my
way you
favorite
turn.
movie. by the way.
everything that's done, somebody calls it racist.
Yeah, it's like you're either racist, white supremacist, which apparently actually means two different things these days. But
Being a bigot, whatever
being
the
a
case may
bigot,
be.
being a
Is
misogynist.
that why
being-
the president won't go to Palestine there in Ohio? And
No, that's
and
just
help-
because he can't figure out how to get out of the White House without having his ice cream before bed.
well, he goes to Delaware and he goes to all them places.
Because his wife and his doctors are leading him by his freaking dick. They're grabbing
Well-
him by the balls and freaking walking him around the fucking White House. Because that's the only way he can get around. Then when he has to pee, all they have to do is point.
Mm.
Right?
And it's usually right on something that resembles the Constitution.
Yeah.
And then so
Unfortunately,
It-
Richie
mean-
says, I'm running for president 2024. Oh, God, that could be interesting.
have fun with that.
Richie for prez.
hey,
I'm just curious who his running mate's going to be.
he's a
I wonder if it'd be
Constitution,
David
should
Scott.
he?
There
There you go.
That would be
There you
an
go.
interesting
Right.
There you go.
combination.
Well, I mean, politics has just gotten so downhill for everything. That it's like if you somehow manage to win, cool. But if you get in and then you start playing the game, you're automatically fucked.
Yeah.
Because now everyone goes, "Oh, you spoke to the other person. We can't trust you anymore."
Right.
And it's like, well, how do you fuck? And now you're in it. Now you're in the game of politics and fucking the
Yep.
United States of America.
You want a prime example? You want a prime example of that? Go on to Netflix and watch the series of the CBS series from back when, Lone Survivor.
Yeah,
starring Kiefer Sutherland.
Uh-huh.
And watching his character from the pilot episode to the, I guess you could call it the series finale at the end of season 3. Just watch his character, the arc, that his character took throughout that series, and you watch a guy that wholeheartedly, with every fiber of his being, believes in being a good person, and even though he's put in a shitty situation,
tries his best
to do the right thing all the way through, and finally
snapping
at the end, it ends with him just being another shitbag politician.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
that's the way it works.
Did you? Oh my God.
Welcome to politics. That's the way
it
it
just
works.
shows how it freaking changes people.
Yeah.
And it's sad. It really is.
It's like that's
yes. I'm down, Richie.
what
I'm down. He said, J-Dub is my Secretary of Defense.
great. Now we are fucked.
How rude.
Either that or our border is going to be one hell of a nice wall.
There you go.
It's gonna be like,
by the way, we're
like,
going to have,
yeah.
you think the defense budget is huge now? Hell no. Guess what? Freaking, you about to see freaking Joe living the life of freaking Riley, dude.
like, fuck, man.
You're going to see Private Rogers living like Aaron Rodgers, okay?
I better expect to see service guarantees fucking citizenship. The Starship Troopers, this fucking country,
I was just going to say, would you like to know more?
And the liberal mind goes ape shit because they don't understand that movie.
Well, you got to have a new FBI guy and a new secretary of
What do you mean, new FBI guy?
Justice.
Just gonna abolish that shit. At least that better be on the top tier of that fucking shit.
We'll just make a motion for abolishing the ATF.
ATF, FBI. If it's a 3-letter organization, just make it go away.
EPA is going to be next on the
Yeah,
list.
just cank. Bye.
Just saying. I'm pretty sure it would be a massive overhaul and then some.
It's an extinction of 3-letter peoples.
Bye, alphabet boys.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is.
Yeah,
you
like,
can't,
fuck.
under that administration, you're not going to be able to have office if you've proved that you don't know anything. It's all these ones we got now. They don't know nothing, but that's how they got in.
Right.
AOC's freaking. What's the 3 branches of government?
Richie says, bye IRS, Wendy Passmore, CDC gone. But yeah, this one, yeah, I like that one too. IRS gone.
Yep. Bye IRS. See ya.
And what you know what's funny is
I'm all for a 10% flat tax.
Well, see, here's the thing about it is that before the 20th century, before the early 20th century, all your taxation came from things like tariffs.
Yeah.
Came from, mostly trade is what it mostly came from. There was a little bit on business, but not much.
Yeah.
And when
we didn't have an income tax until World War One.
Right after World War One.
Yeah, right after World War One is when they decided we're going to tax every American off of the money they make.
You know what the income tax was where it started off though? 1%.
Right.
Yeah.
It started off at 1%, and it was just at the federal level.
Yep.
Was where that income
then
tax
the states got ideas and went, we need to get in on this. And fuck.
And now you take a look at, you lose almost half of your income.
Oh yeah.
Just to tax.
Just to taxes.
Right out the gate. So it used to be you used to earn what you made, or you got to keep what you earned.
That's why I'm all about a flat, like 10%. Let's go biblical on this shit. 10%.
Yeah.
Right there. Nix it. That way the millionaires and the billionaires are paying a fuck ton of money, and the little guys making minimum wage are paying minuscule amounts of money. Either way, people are still paying their taxes, and the rich people get to pay more. Yay! Everybody wins. What's the problem?
The rich people, the people you're talking about, are already paying over 30% of the taxes.
Oh, some of them are paying like damn near 40 or 50. Some of them are paying.
I'm
all
talking
of it.
about overall,
and-
all the taxes that go in.
Yeah, and it's like
Was 30-some% of the tax money that they have is paid by the millionaires and the people, rich people.
like it's being paid by the majority
And
of them.
a large portion too is also because they're taxing our businesses so bad.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
They're-
the
they're-
governments are taxing the businesses.
they're driving them right out of business.
Businesses are taking taxes out of your paycheck in order to because that's the government taking taxes out of your paychecks that they've already taxed from the businesses that are being taxed by the government.
But it's
like holy
they
fuck.
they're taxing you more because when they tax the business
can't pay as much.
Well, the businesses no. You stop and think about it. The business does not. They just raise the price up of what they're selling to you.
Yeah.
So you have to pay more, so they can give that to Uncle Sam.
Yeah.
They're not taking it out of their pocket. They're taking it out of yours.
Oh, I know. Well aware of that.
But that's that's. They
the-
just can't figure that out. People just think that if they tax
It's-
these companies and all that, it's
It-
great.
It's not that they can't figure it out. They actually can figure it out. They're just not even trying to figure it out. They're just
Right.
saying the shit because they think that makes them feel better,
Hey.
and therefore it makes them actually feel better. Like that's the logic. If it makes me
the
feel
government's-
better to say it, it must make everything okay.
Yeah.
And like, no, that's not the way of the world.
No.
The world's a shithole. The whole
Well-
planet is a shithole. That's
Well,
the way
let's
it
face
works.
it. If you had a business, and they raised your taxes so many percent, and you looked at the dollar amount, saw that, aren't you gonna go ahead and raise up your services? So
I'm gonna have to if
have
they
to
raise
pay it.
if they raise.
So where's it coming from? It's coming from
It's still coming from the consumer,
exactly.
yeah,
which is funny because if you sit back and you take a look at what's going on, this kind of
It's
goes
exactly
back.
what they're trying.
It goes back to what we talked about at the beginning of the show.
yeah, it goes back
Yeah.
to the banks going
Because-
the way of the dodo.
Yeah, exactly. Just like we were talking about earlier, where
Yeah.
President Biden came out and was saying, well, the American taxpayer is not going to be helping out with these, whatever, for
Yeah.
lack of better term,
If
the
he,
bailout.
if he believes that, he's a
But
bigger
it's
imbecile.
going to come out, people are going to get
And
their
that's pretty
deposits
bad.
back via
You thought he was less of an imbecile than what he
fees.
is?
I said, yeah,
the banks are paying
he's
it back.
less. I said he's less of one than I thought he was.
Yeah, he was
Yeah,
saying
no,
the
he's-
banks are paying it back via the fees and everything else for more than what the FDIC insurance will cover, which is only $250,000.
yeah,
Guess
Well,
what?
not
Who do you
anymore.
think is? Guess what? Now every single person that banks with those said banks,
isn't getting
all
back all
your
their money.
fees and everything else that you're. So now it's just like with the tax system. Everybody that does business with that bank and all those fees and everything else that you pay
Yep.
are now going to cover those losses. Guess
Well-
what? So you're right. The American taxpayer is not paying for it through taxes. They are now
They're
paying for
still-
those through those fees.
Right. Exactly.
So it's still coming out of their pocket one way or the other.
That's what I was telling my wife today.
Now
It-
tax
well,
child support.
But
Right.
but it's not 250,000 anymore.
no,
What for FDIC?
Not anymore.
What is it?
As
then?
of today, it's up there. Whatever it is.
Well, that's the first I've heard about it
Yeah.
because earlier they've been talking all day.
yeah, all day they've been
Everything
talking about
they've only been talking
$250,000.
that the FDIC insurance that is covered
But
by
they're-
the Fed is $250,000 per
covering-
case.
They're covering everything.
They're covering it, but on
Okay.
paper, it's still $250,000.
All right,
That
now
is-
now
that
you're
is
getting
the-
kind of confused
that
on
is
this
the
one.
insured portion.
Yes,
That's the portion that is actually covered and insured.
is
What
the
Is
250
the
grand.
250 grand.
What's covering
it.
the difference? What the president was talking about is all those other fees and everything else that we were just addressing.
Yeah.
Well,
That is where they're making up for the rest of the deposits that were lost
good
via the
God
customers
almighty.
in these banks.
All of them.
The millions of dollars
Yes.
that they're going to have to pay.
I think at this point it's actually billions of dollars.
Yeah.
Yeah, like just those 3 banks.
Yeah.
It's like 2 or 3 right now.
Richie's
like,
right. He goes, fees are modern taxes. Yeah. That's
Well,
I'm pretty sure is it 2 or is it confirmed 3 now that have gone belly up?
3.
3. So out of those 3 banks, those are the 3 banks that have gotten the most business loans, like the most startup loans, like particularly the one out of Silicon Valley.
Yep. Silicon Valley Bank
Got like
Silvergate Bank.
60% of it is freaking startup loans.
Yeah, something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, so and that's
like
that's
66, 67%.
that in and of itself is hundreds of millions of dollars.
So the 3
And-
banks, for those that are just getting caught up, is the Silvergate Bank. The big one is the Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank right now. So those are the 3. Those are the 3 that within the last day or so have gone belly up. So
If any more go under, I'm just finding a
So-
river and moving down by it.
all the other banks are going to have to pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then they're going to go broke too because they
Yep.
they won't have any money left.
yeah, it's just going to be a
We-
domino effect.
We learned this in 2008.
Yeah, I was gonna say we just went through this freaking 15 years ago.
like this. Like
In
we
the 20s,
we know that what's going to happen now. We've seen
100
it.
years ago.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as 100 years ago.
All
It's the
right.
same thing as 15 years ago.
Yeah.
All
All right. Who put freaking Great Depression 2.0 on their bingo card for freaking 2020? All right. I will say this right now. I know people are just like, oh, it's the roaring 20s all over again. This is going to be great.
No, the Roaring 20s were actually
No.
nice. Like people were happy.
Okay. Do we also recall the rest of the shit that happened during the 20s? Yeah. Well, guess what? History is repeating itself. Stop.
Yeah, see,
Stop it.
but the thing is, though, is that the 20s for the new millennium has never been happy. It's always been a shit show for the 20s.
Somebody done
You-
bucked up
you-
somewhere.
Yeah, it was that angel that God sent down to put all the information for 2020s.
Guys, back in the 20s, guys working for $1 a day
Richie,
trying to feed their
Pimps are
family.
getting taxed next.
Pimps are getting taxed. Jesus Christ.
California could just fend for themselves. Like, yeah.
California could fall into the fucking ocean and the rest of us would be fine. Like they're nothing but consumers. That's it.
Yeah.
Like those cities right there that are the most liberal and most fucked
Well,
up areas.
Oh, everything between
if that coastline, if just the coastline, not the
from the
interior,
Bay Area south.
if the Bay Area south, just on the coast within like a 50-mile rate fucking section,
About that.
if that
Yeah.
straight down just fell into the fucking ocean, everything else would be fine. The world would
Okay.
correct itself.
Well, I don't know how true it is, but I heard something about California has lost over 500,000 residents.
Really?
Doesn't surprise me.
That
And that means that they're going to lose politicians or public
that
officials.
loses one seat.
It sure does.
Yeah.
Pelosi?
Well, she's already retired.
Yeah, well,
She's already retired out.
She
so
needs to be
that's-
permanently
Newsom.
retired out.
but they can
Well,
send Newsom down the road, too.
Newsom needs to be permanently retired. That
And
man's
here's
just evil.
how he got reelected.
Yeah, that man's just
with,
evil.
with just the amount of power that was behind his recall
Oh yeah.
here a few years ago,
Mhm.
and to actually see him beat the recall and get elected and
Yeah.
reelected.
Well, that's the new governor of fucking Oregon talking about I'm the governor of Oregon. Like, no, you're fucking not. You're the governor of a little tiny section of it. Look at the fucking map, bitch.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, you know, unfortunately,
you're the governor of Portland and Salem. That's what you're the governor
No,
of.
that's who elected
Yeah,
her.
that's who elected you.
Unfortunately, the rest of us have to
Like,
deal with that. But you know, it's that shit sandwich goes two directions. You know, the left had to deal with it with the last administration. We got to deal with it with this one. So, anyhow,
Moving
yeah,
along.
you're right, pops. So we got to
Oh,
get ready to
Jesus,
wrap things
yeah.
up.
We got wound up here. It's pretty good. And so we tried to stretch it out a little bit. But anyhow, we're going to say goodnight.
I hate the government.
And glad to have all of you with us tonight. We'll be talking to you next week.
Yeah,
So,
we'll be here next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Hopefully, we're all still here.
right.
World War III or the Great Depression 2.0 hasn't fucking started.
So, all right, guys, thank you much. We will talk to you more on Wednesday night, right back here on Backwoods Veterans Media here on the Spreaker app. You can catch us live with myself and Mr. EO Complaint with an all-new episode of the Hump Day Hangover right back here on Backwoods Veterans Media at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10% or 10 p.m. Eastern, 10%. Oh my God.
10% Eastern.
Yeah, right. That's a new percentage. Didn't you know? All right, guys. We'll talk to you later. Have a good night. Bye-bye.